The $10,000 dare. My 6-month savings sprint. $10,000. It seemed like an insurmountable goal at first, a number so large it felt almost impossible. But I knew that if I wanted to change my financial future, I had to start somewhere. That was the magic number staring back at me from my computer screen. 6 months. It was a tight deadline, but I was ready to take on the challenge. I had to be disciplined, focused, and above all, determined. That was all the time I had. 6 months to turn my financial situation around. The clock was ticking and every second counted. I knew that every decision I made from that moment on would either bring me closer to my goal or push me further away. Could I really save that much money in such a short period? The doubts crept in, but I pushed them aside. I had to believe in myself and my ability to make this happen. It was a test of my willpower and my commitment to a better future. I wasn't sure, but I was determined to try. I knew that even if I didn't reach the full $10,000, any amount saved would be a victory. It was about the journey as much as the destination. This wasn't just about the money though. It was about proving something to myself, about taking control of my finances and my future. It was about breaking free from the cycle of financial stress and uncertainty. It was about proving something to myself, about taking control of my finances and my future. I wanted to show myself that I could set a goal and achieve it, that I could be disciplined and make smart financial decisions. This challenge was a wake-up call. It made me realize how much I had been neglecting my financial health. It was time to take action, to make a change, and to start building a better future for myself. I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck, tired of feeling stressed about money. I wanted to break free from the constant worry and anxiety that came with financial instability. I wanted to feel secure and in control. I knew I needed a change, and this was my chance to make it happen. It was an opportunity to take charge of my life and my future. I was ready to embrace the challenge and see where it would take me. So, I took a deep breath, rolled up my sleeves, and embarked on my 6-month saving sprint. It was time to put my plan into action, to make every dollar count, and to stay focused on my goal. This is the first part of a 7-part series chronicling my journey to financial freedom. I'll be sharing my experiences, the ups and downs, the lessons learned, and the strategies that worked for me. I hope my story will inspire you to take control of your finances and start your own journey to financial freedom. I'll be sharing my experiences, the ups and downs, the lessons learned, and the strategies that worked for me. From budgeting tips to saving hacks, I'll cover it all. So buckle up and get ready to transform your relationship with money. So buckle up and get ready to transform your relationship with money. Together, we'll explore the path to financial freedom and discover the power of smart money management. Let's get started on this exciting journey. The dreaded budget, friend or foe? This question haunted me every time I thought about my finances. The first step was facing my financial nemesis, the dreaded budget. It was a task I had postponed for far too long. I knew it was important, but I always avoided it. The thought of restricting my spending felt overwhelming. It felt restrictive, like a financial straitjacket. I feared it would limit my freedom and spontaneity. But this time, I was determined to make it work. I needed to take control my finances, I started by tracking my expenses. Every little purchase, no matter how small, was recorded. Every penny I spent went into a spreadsheet. It was tedious but necessary. It was eye-opening, to say the least. I had no idea how much those small expenses were adding up. Turns out those daily lattes and impulse buys were adding up. They were small leaks in my financial ship. Armed with this knowledge, I could create a realistic budget that aligned with my savings goal. It was time to plug those leaks. The key was to find a balance. I needed to be mindful of my spending without feeling deprived. I didn't want to deprive myself entirely, but I needed to make conscious choices about my spending. It was about prioritizing what truly mattered. The budget became my financial roadmap, guiding me towards my destination. It was no longer a foe, but a friend helping me achieve my goals. Latte let down. The Price of Small Indulgences. One of the biggest revelations from my expense tracking was the impact of small, seemingly insignificant purchases. Those daily lattes, takeaway coffees, and impulse buys were silently draining my bank account. I realized that these small indulgences were costing me much more than just a few pounds here and there. They were preventing me from reaching my financial goals. So I made a conscious effort to cut back. Instead of buying a latte every morning, I started making coffee at home. I packed my lunch instead of eating out. And I became more mindful of my spending habits, asking myself if I truly needed something before buying it. Impulse control. Taming the spending monster within. Another challenge I faced was my own impulsivity. Like a moth drawn to a flame, I was easily tempted by sales, discounts, and shiny new things. Taming this spending monster within became crucial to my savings journey. I implemented a few strategies to curb my impulsive spending. First, I avoided shopping malls and online stores unless absolutely necessary. Second, I implemented a 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchases. If I still wanted it after 24 hours, I could consider buying it. This cooling off period allowed me to make more rational decisions and avoid unnecessary expenses. It wasn't always easy, but with practice I became better at resisting those tempting impulses. The power of side hustles. Boosting your savings. Saving money wasn't just about cutting back. It was also about finding ways to increase my income. I realized that simply reducing expenses could only take me so far. To truly boost my savings, I needed to think outside the box and find additional sources of income. That's where side hustles came in. These are flexible, part-time jobs or gigs that you can do in your spare time to earn extra money. I explored different options based on my skills and interests. Whether it was writing, graphic design, or even tutoring, I looked for opportunities that matched my abilities and passions. I started by freelancing in my spare time, taking on small writing gigs. These projects not only provided extra income, but also helped me improve my writing skills. I also explored online platforms that connected people with odd jobs and errands. These platforms made it easy to find short-term gigs that fit into my schedule. The extra income from these side hustles provided a significant boost to my savings. It was amazing to see how quickly my savings grew with just a few hours of extra work each week. The beauty of side hustles is that they allow you to leverage your skills and interest to earn extra money. You can turn your hobbies into profitable ventures making the work feel less like a chore and more like a passion project. It's not just about the money though. Side hustles can also bring a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. They offer a way to diversify your income streams and reduce financial stress. Side hustles can also be a great way to learn new skills, gain experience, and expand your network. You never know who you might meet or what opportunities might arise from these extra endeavors. Unexpected windfalls. Managing financial surprises. Life is full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises come in the form of unexpected financial windfalls. During my 6-month savings challenge, I received a bonus from work. Instead of splurging this unexpected windfall, I decided to be responsible with it. I used a portion of it to boost my emergency fund and invested the rest wisely. This experience taught me the importance of having a plan for managing unexpected income. Whether it's a work bonus, a tax refund, or an inheritance, it's crucial to have a strategy in place for handling these financial surprises. This way, you can make the most of these opportunities and avoid derailing your financial progress. In the next video, we discuss the 7 extreme saving hacks I performed to reach $10,000 fast. Stay tuned.